Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we just did the series for the Doom Tower bosses on hard mode and got a good amount of views on that sort of thing, but I've had a lot of feedback saying to actually go over the teams in terms of gear, so that's what we're going to do just now. I've pretty much gone through every stage and how I beat it and all this kind of stuff, but there were shorter videos and I didn't go quite in depth enough into the gear and stuff. So I'm just going to go through the gear I used today for the Nether Spider, and I'll do a video for each of the 4 bosses at the end of the hard mode of Doom Tower. This can be used for normal as well. If you use a team roughly like this with a bit less stats, you'll be easy to use for normal mode as well. I just want to point out too that this is purely for the kind of higher end whale-esque type players. You don't necessarily need to be a whale, but you need to be a high-end player, sort of completed faction wars type thing, to make this content relevant for you. I do appreciate this content isn't for everyone, but I know there's a lot of content creators out there that make stuff for everyone, making, you know, rares possible, epics possible. But I'm in here really just because I'm a high-end player. I'm at the end game, and I'm looking to kind of show people that have all these kind of champions how to do it, because it's still very, very difficult, even if you have the champions and the gear, to gear up everyone to do this sort of content. So we're going with the Nether Spider today. Pretty easy, to be honest. I use the team of Lydia, and I'm using Kymar, Royal Guard and 2 Cold Hearts. So let's go out and let's have a look at the actual gear. So in terms of Kymar first, he's the fastest champion on the team. A lot of people have him slower because on auto he'll always use his Seal of Magic first, but to be honest I was always manual in these things anyway because it just makes it so much quicker. But you could potentially make him slower and make this auto. But his A1, he puts poisons on, his A2 puts people to sleep, and his A3 basically resets everything. He's actually my arena build, so he's pretty strong. He's about 287 speed with 546 accuracy, which is way overkill for what you need. But the good thing about that is he's always going to land. You'd probably need about 300 plus really, so anything over 320 I would say, just to be safe. 100% crit rate to land those poisons is pretty handy, but you don't necessarily need it for this encounter. And decent enough health, decent enough defense, a little bit of attack. He's not looking to do damage, this guy, so you just want, in my opinion, if you're manual it, plenty speed and plenty accuracy and you'll be totally fine. So I've just got him in a 3-piece speed set, and then he's got a double speed roll on this banner. Again, this is high-end gear, guys, so I know everyone's not going to have this, but I'm just showing you what I use specifically. Crit damage in the amulet just to get a bit of extra damage out there. Flat attack and some decent stats on the ring as well. So that is Kymar. I've got crit rate gloves on and accuracy chest. I could easily change this out to like a defense or HP chest right now, or even attack percentage, just to do more damage to make it quicker. But again, it's my arena build, and I'm just using him because he's pretty useful for arena, and I don't want to play about with him too much. Next up, I'll go through the Lydia. Actually, Lydia, again, she's my arena build. I could easily change this up. In fact, I put her back in her arena gear, so her arena gear here is actually resistance. So she's in 553 resistance with a bunch of stuff, but what I did is I actually switched out this and this, which is the immortal gear she's in, for a speed set with accuracy and loads more speed. So I think she was running at about 250, 260 speed with about 330, 340 accuracy, which is what you need, because 224 is just too low for this encounter just now. So she's there to land the decreased defense and weaken. There's loads of other options you can use for this. There's like, let me just off the bat, there's this new girl here, where is she, that I'm building up, Fane. She's really good. She does the decreased defense and weaken here on her A3, and there's this new guy here, I've just pulled him as well, Ragnar. He does the same thing on his A3. He's got decreased defense and weaken right there, yep. And he also gets an increased attack on himself, which is pretty cool. So he's really good. Another one that I've got built up, I think she's probably in my vault, is this girl here, Anaya. So you can't look at her stuff in the vault, but anyway, she hits it on her A2 and her A3 both separately, so it's not quite as good, but she's an option if you don't have it. Someone like, you know, this champion here, I think it's, I always forget her name, Warmaster or something, but she hits the decreased defense on her A3, and she's a farmable rare, so worst comes to it, you could potentially use someone like her, but you're not going to be able to kill the spiders quick, and it might be a bit of a struggle. Now we're on to the enemy max HP champions. These are the ones that you have to gear really, really well. So before that, you're just needing speed and accuracy effectively on those two. For these champions, let's go through Royal Guard first. I'm looking at 97. You need 100% crit rate. 97 is not too bad, but I probably should get that up. 200 speed and 270 crit damage. 4k attack. 236 accuracy isn't great, but I'm not really looking to land this stuff with him. I mean, that's I've got 236 because it's useful for dungeons and stuff, but for Doom Tower that's too low. But again, I'm not looking to do stuff with him because his takedown's really what you're needing for the enemy max HP, and that doesn't need accuracy. This does need accuracy, and it is handy, but generally you're going to have killed them by that point anyway. And it does have a decreased defense too. So crit rate and crit damage is what you're looking for. Masteries on this guy. I didn't go over the masteries on the other two champions because I've got them in arena builds, so it's not really relevant, but I've got accuracy on them. But for this guy, you definitely want, there's an argument for Helm Smasher. I prefer Flawless Execution on my enemy max HP champions because the more crit damage they have, the guaranteed max HP damage you're going to get, whereas this is just kind of, it can do a ton of damage, but it can also fail. You would potentially, Evil Eye is really quite handy for stuff like this, but he doesn't have the accuracy to land it, so you want lower steel, a bit more accuracy here. Yeah, that's really it. I put this on just to get him through the waves and heal him a little bit, otherwise I would have gone with more accuracy on this one. And yeah, that's his abilities there. Let's go into the Cold Hearts. So I've got one Cold Heart built for another encounter, that's Destroy set, so it's these two that I'm using here. So both of these champions, you need 70% crit rate for the Cold Hearts because the main damage dealer is this thing here, enemy max HP on the Hearthseeker. It has an extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit, so you only need 70% crit rate. So I was able to beast her up to 332% critical damage, 70% critical rate, 185 speed. You don't really need a lot of attack, guys. I've already done a video where I built her up to like 5k attack with like 300 critical damage, and it was infinitely better to have 330 critical damage than the amount of attack that I had, so that's definitely the best way to go. Accuracy again is a little bit low for Doom Tower, but it's fine. I'm not really looking to do anything, I'm just looking to kill them straight off the bat. So that's the stuff for her. And then the Cold Heart here, total stats, this one's a little bit less. Actually, it's down at 66%. I must have made a mistake there. I think I've maybe taken a bit of gear off for someone else at some point and just slapped something on. I've also only got a 5-star amulet on her, and I've got a 60. I could get an extra bunch of crit damage right there actually. In fact, I could just stick that on right now and get an extra 7% crit damage, although I'm losing a little bit of accuracy. I might just, yeah, I'm going to build one of these ones up anyway in a minute, and I'll just put that on her. Let's just put this on just now. So that's at least 312, 66%, 3k attack, a little bit more attack. Speed's not fantastic, but 177. You want to be roughly about 190 for the Cold Hearts if you can get it. And again, for both the Cold Hearts, exactly the same. I've not taken Lore of Steel in this one. I've got Evil Eye because I was using these for dungeons. And also the Evil Eye comes in handy for other encounters and stuff. Flawless Execution again, that is what you're wanting. So really that is the team, guys. So this is me just jumped straight onto my YouTube channel. I'm just watching the video that I did. If you want, guys, just want to actually check out the whole video of me completing this stage, just go and check it out. I only posted it last week, but just for your reference, this is the team that I was using. So I've got Kymar, Lydia, and my 2 damage dealers, and this is how I did it. So you get to this point, and basically you just want to try and kill the spider as quick as possible. So I've put on, I've not used the enemy max HP damage dealing ability from Royal Guard. I've just stuck on the A3 because what I want to do is get that decreased defense and weaken down first, then Hearthseeker. Luckily that turn meter reduction landed, which was really good. And then at this point I was kind of contemplating what to do, but I actually ended up just looking at all the champions because I've got the reset abilities right now, you see. So what I did is I actually just chose to go straight to this first, use the enemy max HP, then come round, put the poison sensitivity on, then reset the abilities, because the extra turn meter meant I took a turn before the spider anyway. Blasted her out like this, and then all I have to do is get around to the enemy max HP again with Royal Guard, and boom, she's dead. So that's how you do it, guys. That's how you beat the Nether Spider on the final stages on hard mode. This will obviously work for normal as well, so something similar to this, but just with much less gear. And like I say, you can replace Lydia easily with one of the champions I'd said beforehand. You could replace Kymar actually pretty easily. So the person you can replace Kymar with, and this is seen quite often, is Renegade. Renegade, I've got Renegade in a shield set because I use her with my Seer team. It's handy to have that extra buff, but Renegade, and you don't need to level up Renegade to 6-star either, that's a good thing. As long as you can build her slightly tough, just probably 5-star is absolutely fine. And get her to, where is it here? Or you have to book this up obviously because you want to get it down to a 5-turn cooldown, but decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 2 turns. So this is really useful as a sort of pseudo Kymar. It's not as good, but it's very useful, and the fact that it's a rare champion is super cool as well. So potentially you could easily sub in one of these two guys and also have the Renegade in, and then just a bunch of Cold Hearts and a Royal Guard, and suddenly you've got a good team to beat hard mode bosses, and you're not using any legendaries. So don't feel you have to use these incredible champions that a lot of us have, but it makes it easier, but it's not entirely impossible to do it without them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments below and hit the bell button for notifications to not miss the next video. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Peace.